live in a world where everything you know is wrong.
So with Call of Duty Black Ops, we're taking the player to the Cold War era. We're going to be taking you around the globe to all these various hot conflicts that took place during that time, following these Black Ops units who carried out the covert missions and deniable operations in those regions. So it's not about necessarily the hot conflicts that history taught you about, it's the things that you didn't hear about. So, you know, with that comes a great breadth of variety of gameplay that we can provide the players. Call of Duty franchise is a long one. There's a lot of Call of Duty games, so we really wanted to tackle a genre and an era that hasn't been covered before. So it's done World War II, it's done modern, so we wanted to do this Cold War Black Ops theme. So it's allowed us to do things like SR-71, for example. In one of the levels we showed you at E3, it was called WMD, and you're in this SR-71 Blackbird, this suborbital reconnaissance jet, and you're performing, you're guiding your troops on the ground to not get detected. And then later in that same mission, you're one of the ground troops, and you're on the ground trying to infiltrate this base. And you have this rappel breaching sequence, and you wind up base jumping, and that's not even the end of the level, that's just the end of our demo that we showed you. So the point is, it's allowed us to cram a lot of variety into our levels, sort of like an unprecedented level of variety than any other Call of Duty's had to offer. And we showed you Payback, which is that helicopter sequence. Another first for the franchise is a controllable aircraft. You're in full control over that Hind helicopter. You're flying it with the thumbsticks, and you're shooting with the triggers. So that's really Black Ops. No, I wouldn't say that it's that. We've been working on Black Ops for approximately 18 months now. We started work on it just after World at War. So that was before any of the recent, things have transpired. So we've been dedicated and driven on this thing for a long time now, and none of that has changed. Our focus is still unaltered, and we're keeping our heads down and sprinting towards that finish line on November 9th. Characters. Primarily, you'll play as Mason and Hudson, and they're two CIA agents who are in these Black Ops teams. And unlike in previous Call of Duties, you're not just a regular foot soldier on the ground who's taking orders. You're actually the biggest, baddest guy there is on the battlefield. You're the best of the best. You're the graduated top of your class. You're selected to be a Green Beret, you were the best Green Beret, and that's how they select the members who are going to be in these Black Ops teams like SOG, SOG. Studies and Observations Group, that was one of the groups that operated in Vietnam, and we actually talked to Major John Plaster, and he's a veteran of SOG. He actually was in that group. No advice. We worked entirely independent on Black Ops. After World at War, we basically itemized a list of our own engine, the World at War engine that we wanted to improve. So we completely redid the lighting system from the ground up. We made drastic improvements to the physics, the fire, the water, the texture streaming. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. All these things that are important to us, 60 frames per second, 720p, those are all sort of staples of Call of Duty that we wanted to make sure that we hit. And then so we talk about the variety of gameplay we're offering, but that can't be at the sacrifice of the cinematic intensity that the players have come to expect from a Call of Duty shooter. So that's still going to be there, and I think you saw it in the demos we showed you today. In 2008, we worked on 3 projects. We worked on World at War, Quantum of Solace, and Web of Shadows. So after those all wrapped, we refocused our efforts as a studio to develop solely Call of Duty. So this year, we're only shipping Black Ops. That's given us the resources and manpower necessary to develop all 3 components of our game, single player, co-op, and multiplayer, concurrently in parallel. So multiplayer, online competitively, has had a dedicated team since day one for the first time for Treyarch. So we've put a strong focus on player customization and personalization in our multiplayer. So we know that especially a first-person shooter gamer, they want to create their own online identity, and then we're also focusing on socialization. So there's a lot more than just playing the match on the battlefield, right? There's what's happening in the lobbies. There's the matchmaking experience, whether you're playing with a friend, or you're playing in a big group of people like a clan, or you're competing in some online tournament that somebody's hosting. It's like these are all social interactions that take place within our game and that we want to make sure that we're fostering and making better. And then outside of the game, there's this big social ecosystem that lives around gaming now, right? We only have single player, co-op, and multiplayer. And what that co-op mode is, we're not ready to reveal just yet. Okay. But it'll be 4 players online or 2 players local split screen.
Go, go, go!